people can't find your dissertation online. How are you responding to that in this new era of your life?
I'm going to clear it up once on here. I'm not doing it again. And I'm clearing it up for my doc squad, for my fan base, for my audience who deserve to hear me address it. For the folks who have already made up their mind to not like me or not understand me, listen, I don't give a fuck what your narrative is. I would like for you to recreate it, double down on it, and run that shit. Because I don't give a fuck about it. Now, to my doc squad, my fan base, my folks, you know, my village, it's very simple. I went to a school, Argosy University, completed an entire program. I went back online to get my...
Well, there we have it. Okay, so let's get started off. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. It is 12 a.m. on this side of Earth. I am located on the East Coast, DC time. Let me do like a quick sound check. There we have it. All right, yeah, we good. It's loud enough, goddamn it. Let me make sure I'm turning down just a little bit. I'm gonna turn down just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, there we go. I don't want to be too loud. So anyway, let's get into this convo. So, as you all know, as you can see, my title is, my new pronouns are now doctor/professor, and I just want y'all to respect that, because that's how I feel, and I feel like I have the right to identify as that, and you and no one else on God's green earth or no other will make me change my mind, because I feel like I should have the right to identify how I choose, and I choose with no degree, no credentials, no gap, no gown, no picture with mama, no picture, no nothing, no credentials, no proof. I should be able to be a doctor. And who are you to tell me I can't? You know, so kiss my ass. You don't tell me I can't be a doctor. So I am now doctor. So okay, so I am now doctor. No, but seriously. So jumping into this, y'all know Dr. Cheyenne has been really going viral. I think maybe slick today a little bit, because she went on the news, and what tripped me out was, at first when I was watching the news, hold on, let me check my sound. Okay, and we're good. As I was watching, I came back in from running errands or whatever. I came in the house and I'm like, okay, then cool. And I had seen somebody had posted about Dr. Cheyenne. Now, Dr. Cheyenne had went, what you just seen, she had recently went on the Breakfast Club or whatever. And while she was on the Breakfast Club, you know, she was telling them that, you know, about her licensure and how, you know, kissed her, whatever, this and that. So I'm gonna let y'all hear exactly what was what, and then we can go down the rabbit hole. And then I will tell you, before we get started deep into this, however you want to identify, you can too. You can identify as a teacher, you can identify as a truck driver, you can identify as a turtle, you can identify as a dog, you can identify as a lawyer. Hell, you can even identify as Donald Trump. Shit, who am I to judge? I ain't judging you. You know what I'm saying? But this is what she had to say. Let's look.
The conversation about your doctorate because people can't find your dissertation online. How are you responding to that in this new era of your life?
I'm going to clear it up once on here. I'm not doing it again. And I'm clearing it up for my doc squad, for my fan base, for my audience who deserve to hear me address it. For the folks who have already made up their mind to not like me or not understand me, listen, I don't give a fuck what your narrative is. I would like for you to recreate it, double down on it, and run that shit, because I don't give a fuck about it. Now, to my doc squad, my fan base, my folks, you know, my village, it's very simple. I went to a school, Argosy University, completed an entire program. I went back online to get my official transcripts, because I was applying to a law school many years ago to be a professor there. And I had to provide my transcripts, right, to get hired. And I went to contact the school and say, hey, I need my official transcripts. I need my entire thing. And there was no school. I was like, okay, I'm confused. I Google.
Okay.
It says this school has been shut down. I said, oh, well, they got to have records. I mean, they were accredited when I attended the school. They were accredited when I finished the program. I go and look, there is a third party that has the records. Why I contact the third party, that third party only holds records for 2 years. I was past my 2 years. So that means that I had no access to records. And then I contacted, financial aid.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make up financial aid. It shows that I paid for a doctoral program alongside my master's program and my undergrad program. And they said, we can fully refund you your money under one circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
We give you your money back. You don't get credit for not a class, a course, a program you took in this university, at this institute.
Okay.
So do you want us to refund you? Or do you want us not? I said no, because I didn't want to risk the chance of them saying, well, we're going to give you back your money, and it wipes out your entire program. Luckily, I had, I do this with all of the schools. I had downloaded from the actual student portal my transcripts at that time. And I was able to get just about all of my transcripts, including up to like dissertation. But everything else, there's just no holding take for any of our records, which I think is completely effed up. Just in
They
general.
are going to kill you online this week. Like I said, she has no records. They just want to hit you regardless.
No, that's fine. And it's not even that there's no records that I don't. The school had a third party.
Let me tell you something. So I ain't gonna put, people on blast, whatever. So, it's a lot of different colleges that are shut down, universities, whatever, this and that. But even if such, okay, you done came online and said all this and that. Why can't you just post the transcript? Why can't you just post a hard copy of the degree? Why can't you just post a picture of you in your cap and gown? Why can't you just, be accountable and actually have licensure? I mean, I have never met. Now, this is just gonna come from somebody who just been out here. My student, this is the blessing. I usually don't say this, but I'm gonna say this. My student loans have been forgiven. Thank you, Lord. I think Biden had did some type of forgiveness and whatever this and that. And at first I was like, damn, my friend called me at the last minute and she said, you need to apply for this 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 new grant or new debt forgiveness thing that Biden got out for college students. And I'm like, no, I don't think it's gonna work, this and that. And she was like, no, you need to at least try. And I'm like, man, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. So me, I luckily I went on, I applied for it, right? So it was forever. It was a long, long time. Didn't think nothing about it, nothing at all, went on my mind about it, none of that. How about out the blue? I got a letter in the mail. Not even, I didn't get a phone call. I didn't get none of that. I got a letter in the mail, and the letter said that my student loans had been forgiven. And I was like, yay, you know what I'm saying? Um, and my degree is still accredited, even though my school shut down. But even if so, I still have a transcript. I still have my hard copy degree. I even got my transcript from high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit around and make something up, and like try to live on it, because at the end of the day, like, if you know, imagine you having a doctor, they got to perform a surgery on you, and then the doctor say, well, I really didn't finish school or whatever, but I feel in my heart, as long as I got God and my credentials are with Jesus at King James Chapel, you have nothing to say about me, child. Please, let me tell you something. Kiss my tail. No, no, ma'am. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this in here. Yeah, I ain't gonna do me. You ain't gonna do me. So anyway, she had did that. That what she had said. So then, I don't know what this means. What is this?
I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore.
We're sorry, we don't want to play that. Hold on. A doctorate degree from Harvard University does not make you a doctor of changes. Cannabis. Oh yeah, they ain't read her. Okay, so this right here say. This right here say, a doctorate degree from Harvard Christian University, HCU, does not make you a doctor in a traditional academic or professional sense, as HCU primarily awards honorary doctorates rather than earned um, matriculated degrees. While recipients are encouraged by the institution to use the doctor title to signify their achievements and expertise in their respective fields. There is no research or core study based on doctoral degrees. All right, and well, mm, so she's an honorary doctorate. I don't know. Let's look at
People listen to her because she's pretty.
Right. Period.
People listen to her because she's pretty, and there is a privilege in that. Additionally, there's also an accountability with that, of which she will not ever have. And Cheyenne Bryant, you can come to the front, because I am a current graduate student getting my second master's degree.
My God, tell her
in marriage and family therapist, to ultimately become a licensed clinical therapist. For you to have the platform that you have, and for you to spew the harm that you are, all in the name of trying to communicate that you are a therapist, of which you are not, it befuddles me that you get on them people podcasts, and it's just like also so interesting that it is always a man's podcast. It's always a man's podcast, but let's put that in the parking lot. You get on the people podcast and say, not that I can serve more, huh? Not that I can reach more, not that I can do more, that I can make more money, not being licensed. But dare I say, you were not licensed at all. They just listen to her and assume she's got to be right. There's a D and an R and a period in front of her name, allegedly. I've never called her a doctor.
Oh.
I can't find her thesis. If there's no published journals or articles in ProQuest, I can't find a thing that was authored by a Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. And I have all the access, because I'm in school and I have to read the things. I have to read the things.
Right.
I have to read the books. I have to read the articles so that I can serve my community in a way that is ethical and just. And Dr. Raquel Martin, came on here, and all she communicated to the people was, hey, it's not about just this. Being a licensed clinician of therapy is a very nuanced situation that involves insurance. It involves whether or not you're going to private practice, sliding scale. There's a lot of things that live on the underlings of practicing in a way that is ethical to your clientele. To sit on them people podcasts, it pisses me off. Because now you have people like, I don't need my therapist to have a license. You do.
Right.
You do. Why? The next clip that I see that was against my will on Threads is her explaining the most emotional experience that she had as a therapist was an 18-year-old child explains that her mother would pimp her out or prostitute her. And in this first session, after the session is ended and after this child communicates to her all of this trauma, she says, she stands up and says to the child, may I have a hug?
My God, today. Wrong initiative.
If you are not a licensed clinician, a licensed therapist, you will not know. And just trust us when we say that was the wrong thing to do and how harmful that could have been to that child. If this story is even true, I got half a mind to not even think it was true. Right. And what else pissed me off in that little clip that I seen, in between her wiping her tears that weren't falling, was her saying, it's in my book. Baby, I know a scammer when I seen one. And that is a scammer. And she has the reach to gain the masses, to fuel her pockets, because but at what cost? At what harm? It is so incredibly harmful to spew that rhetoric to the supposed community that you supposedly love. Mm-hmm. It is disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are raggedy.
Wow.
Raggedy. And I'm not a therapist yet, so it's no, you can't take my license, honey. Okay, I ain't got one for to get this to get
She
snatched.
just got in school.
But I'm gonna let you know right now, that's the only reason the people is listening to you, because you're cute. And I hate that for us as a community. I truly do. That is very annoying. People listen to her because
she said what she said. She said what she said. Let's see what is this Tammy?
So I'm up reading the blogs this morning, and everybody's talking about Jill Scott and how she said you need both hands to give a blow.
No, let me see. Okay, so this right here says I don't need a license because I'm not a therapist. I'm a girl. We need proof. We need proof. This is an honorary, and then to catch y'all up or whatever. So let me see. Can I find Funky? Hold on. Is this the lady? Yeah, that's the lady right there that kind of came through and read the credentials down of requirements of being a doctor. Let me see what this is what Funky had to say.
I'm not going to hold you. If I'm being honest, the first thing in my mind was how fucking convenient. How convenient that people call your credentials into question and then you tell the people you went to a university that shut down. But then what really sealed the deal for me, Dr. Bryant, was that you started talking. First and foremost, the I don't give a F and using SHIT was very off-putting. It came off very defensive. It was not ladylike, and it damn sure did not speak in the tone by which we would expect from somebody who is supposed to be a doctor and professional and all of these things. It was giving very much let's take it to the street. Now, let's get into the more practical common sense thing. You came to us and told us you were Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Nobody knocked on your door and said, hey, we want you to tour the world. We want to build you up as this doctor character. Come do it. I do not think it is unreasonable for anybody to want proof of your credentials, especially when you put it out there that you're not working under licensure. It would seem to me that you would be rushing forward to reestablish public trust. Fine. Let's just say for the sake of argument, you can't get the transcript. You can't get there to confirm the degree. Sis, it ain't a black person alive who hard copy of their degree, not at their mama or their grandma house in the box. I don't care what you say. Going to college in the black community is a big MFing deal. Where is your degree? Call around your grandma house, call around your mama house. Okay, sis, you ain't got the degree. I understand that Argosy is an online university, but I'm not about to argue with no bitch that claim they got no degree from Argosy and you can't produce us no cap and gown pictures. I understand that it was an online institution, but baby, I wouldn't give a damn if your ass was on an oil rig in the middle of Alaska. There is not a black person alive who is going to accomplish PhD level work and not walk their black ass across that damn stage. Where's your cap and gown pictures? That is something that you could use to put this shit to rest right now. Where is your hard copy of your degree? Where is your cap and gown pictures? Thirdly, sis, where is your dissertation? Matter of fact, why you didn't just rattle off out loud what you wrote your dissertation in? You got to have that bitch somewhere. It's got to be on a floppy disk. It's got to be on a hard drive. It's got to be on a thumbnail. Where are the drafts of the dissertation? Like, Cheyenne, you can't take this cavalier attitude like we're just on this witch hunt. Where are your cords? Facebook came out when we were in undergrad. Like, sis, where your cap and gown pictures at? At a minimum. Where were you licensed at once before, sis? The people can't even find that. And saying I'm no longer working under a license does not invalidate that there should be proof of the original licensure. You got to give us something, girl. Until you pop up with a copy of a diploma, a cap and gown picture, a license number, a cover page of a dissertation, somewhere where you've been published something, then you are leaving people with no other choice but to believe that you are a fraud. I'm not going to hold you. If I'm being honest, the first thing in my mind was how fucking convenient. How?
So, of course, you get that was Funky's idea of it all. And Funky said the other night. So then, like I was saying a minute ago, let's get into the grit and the bit and the end of this right here. So I'm thinking that she was in Houston. No. She was in DC this morning with the Fox lady this morning. I noticed her because I live in DC. And this is what, so after everybody kind of like, at least give us some type of some proof or whatever. This what she had to say. Look at this.
I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. My obedience is to God, not to people. And so as long as I'm in his will and I'm serving and I'm doing his, his word, my sheep will know my voice. Even the sheep in wolf clothing. That is not my battle.
But
That's
with the
his.
questions that are out there, why not provide the proof of your degree? Why not?
Well, a couple of things, right? I have multiple degrees, and my thing is that my proof isn't something that I have to prove to individuals. My proof is already within my credentials, my degrees, and also more than just my titles, it's in how effective I've been. All of my sessions have been live. For the most part, my sessions with Nick Cannon, Cam Newton, Shannon Sharp, B. Simone, they have all been for the world to see, right? So no one knew who Dr. Bryant was prior to seeing all of my sessions that were live. And they deemed it, as well as I did before they did it, they can't validate me, I validated myself, they deemed it as my work being effective. I am effective at what I do. I'm educated and I'm successful in my lane, and I'll land on this, I created my own lane. And so a lot of times, Marissa, when people say that you created something that maybe they couldn't, admiration turns into envy. And you got to be okay. And you got to be okay with that in that
as an
space.
attack, but I think, and I've gotten this question from many viewers, and I owe it to them.
You
in
do.
Service to
Absolutely.
them. Why not drop doctor from your name if you cannot bring forth that doctoral degree?
So I've already covered this, right? And we're here obviously to talk about my new book. So I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. And we're going to leave it just as that. Yeah.
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Baby, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
And that's where, and you're standing by that.
Standing by it. Yeah,
right.
because I earned it. Absolutely.
Child, she said what she said. She said what she said. She said what she said. Her own lane is a lane of unlicensure, self-taught Dr. Google / therapists. And yeah, we have to be careful of who we prop up, because sometimes propping them up, we'll start to see the paint on the bottom or on the inside of your hand because of the fakeness and the lies and everything. Especially when you go to wrapping God into any damn thing, I don't trust you. I just don't. Well, there you have it, our little update. So now that you all know, since we are doing that now, I am now Dr. Professor / truck driver, unapologetic Jane. And you will respect me as such. Call me Dr. T. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend. Hit like and subscribe. See you later.